Team led by J Robert Oppenheimer in Los Alamos, New Mexico, developed two distinct types of bombs, a uranium-based design called the Little Boy and a plutonium-based weapon called the Fat Man. Known as the father of the atomic bomb, Julius Robert Oppenheimer was an American theoretical physicist. Just 3 years after the Manhattan Project began, Oppenheimer and his team were ready to test their first atomic bomb. Codenamed Trinity, the project held its first successful test of an atomic device, a plutonium bomb, on the 16th of July, 1945, at Alamogordo, New Mexico. It is believed that after the detonation, Oppenheimer remembered the famous lines, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," from the Bhagavad Gita, which is a 700-verse treatise on the epic Mahabharata war. In a 1965 television broadcast about the moments following the Trinity test, Oppenheimer said this.
I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
In less than a month, America dropped 2 atomic bombs on the cities of Japan, which brought the country to a standstill. When the bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, Oppenheimer celebrated and soaked in the roaring applause from the crowd in Los Alamos. But his sense of victory faded away after the destruction of Nagasaki. Oppenheimer believed that the second bomb was unnecessary and unjustified. He met the then President of the United States, Harry S. Truman, and expressed his revulsion at the usage of an atomic bomb at Nagasaki. According to American Prometheus, a 2005 biography of the theoretical physicist, Oppenheimer told Truman, "Mr. President, I feel I have blood on my hands." The then president didn't pay much heed to Oppenheimer's moralistic stance. In 1947, Oppenheimer became the chairman of the General Advisory Committee of the Atomic Energy Commission, or AEC. The man who first invented the atomic bomb kept opposing the development of a more powerful hydrogen bomb. In his later years, in 1967, Oppenheimer died of throat cancer in Princeton, New Jersey. After almost 8 decades since the atomic attack on Japan, Christopher Nolan's film Oppenheimer has revived interest in the life and times of Julius Robert Oppenheimer. While Oppenheimer's legacy is being revisited and readdressed by moviegoers across the world, Japan is yet to get a theatrical release of the film. Here is how the Japanese reacted to the film Oppenheimer, which hasn't released in the country.
78 years went by and people are starting to forget. So it's a good moment to make a movie and remind us about what happened. I think that's good.
I really would like the movie to come out in Japan. Japan is where the atomic bombs were dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oppenheimer was the central figure of the development of the atomic bomb. That's why I really want the movie to come out in Japan.
We are still living in the nuclear age, which Oppenheimer helped create in 1945, and are still confronted with the same political dilemmas he wrestled with. On May 19th, the leaders of the G7 nations, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States met in Hiroshima. Observers see President Biden's refusal to offer an apology as insensitivity to those haunted by the continuing danger of nuclear weapons. Today, 9 countries possess nuclear weapons. Here they are on the world map: the United States, Russia, China, the United Kingdom, France, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. Since their peak in the mid-1980s, global arsenals have shrunk by over 3/4. Now, in total, the global nuclear stockpile is close to 13,000 weapons. The US and Russia bear particular responsibility for this. They possess around 90% of the world's nuclear weapons and have taken steps to undermine nuclear arms control over the past 2 decades. There is no guarantee in place against the use of nuclear weapons. The nuclear powers continue to expand and modernize their arsenals, and the role of nuclear weapons remains central to their security planning. Speaking at the Atomic Bomb Victims Memorial Peace Ceremony on August 9th, the mayor of Nagasaki, Shiro Suzuki, appealed to leaders of nuclear countries to abolish nuclear weapons through dialogue, not confrontation.
核抑止の危うさはロシアだけではありません。核抑止に依存していては核兵器のない世界を実現することはできません。私たちの安全を本当に守るためには地球上から核兵器をなくすしかないのです。
The risk of nuclear annihilation, as it happened in Japan 78 years ago, continues to haunt the world.